Hi, everyone. My name is Razyel Kayne, and I welcome you to the Night Shift. Today, episode 6, and my guest later on today will be the Digital Caveman, a very versatile creator who has tons of content, releases every day of the week, takes a break on the weekend, and yeah, you'll get the chance to meet him in about 25, 30 minutes, as usual. Um, First thing first, let's go ahead and plug the sponsor, which is here. Transitions are still slow on Restream. So there you go. For DJC collectibles, of course, at the end of the stream, you'll have my 10% discount code for anything Transformers. So this wonderful section right here might work on 3.0 stuff. Not sure, didn't test it. But yeah. So what we got this week at DJC, that's cool. If you missed the 40th anniversary promotion of this Leo convoy, which is the to me seems like the better version compared to the one we got it in Legacy. This looks way better. So, but there's a new pre-order out, so that's cool. And then this week we have fantastic reveals. So if you're a fan of Transformer Prime, Cliff Jumper, who was part of a 4 pack, is now available by itself. You get animated Ratchet. Tons of people are extremely excited about that figure. I myself will not be getting him because I don't have any Transformers from the animated line on my shelves. So I'm going to skip that. But this is great news. Yeah, another mini bot. So him, and then here we have Power Glide from season 2. Power Glide will complete the season 2 mini bot for the generation lines of the past 7-8 years since Siege, basically, and then with Swerve for season 3 and Outback on the way from Walmart from the retro line. The only one missing to complete our season 3 mini bots is now Tailgate, which hopefully 2026 we'll get him. So that's going to be some awesome stuff. If you're a fan of Prime, you also get Smokescreen. This is the first version of Smokescreen, if my memory serves me well. There was another version for season 3, or maybe Beast Hunter. I don't know. It's been a while. But I much prefer that deco, and I think that's the one that Toy Hacks used to convert Silver Streak from the buzzworthy Bumblebee line to transform him into a smokescreen. They had a dual set where you took an Earthrise Wheeljack and a Silver Streak and make them Jackie and Smokescreen. So that was a pretty fun set. This guy here, very controversial figure. A lot of people say that by itself it's super lame. It does look super lame, sorry, but the upper part allows you to combine with other combiners. So you still need the pants part. So let's say Silver Bolt, you have this like super plain mode, but you take off the back piece, and then you get all of you get to put like take the leg part with this. So if you want to use this in a combiner, either you replace half of your Silver Bolt or you buy another Silver Bolt, maybe a Motor Master. I don't have that set, so I don't know if it's the same type of deal, but it's something. And then he came along, the reveal came along with Liege Maximo, which is an interesting figure. My wife says he looks like one of those white bugs you find in plants and humid places. So basically, he's the roach, and Nexus Prime is the brick you can smash it with. And then these were last week, I think, the MPG Outrod and Missing Link Grimlock. So good stuff. So anyway, great reveals. A lot of white and red, right? Like it's white and red. So I'm just gonna greet a couple of people. MC DJ, thanks for stopping by. Always been a great supporter of the show. Big Easy, thank you very much for showing up. Quentin Rom, another faithful. And then you have MC DJ saying, thus far you can't beat the botcon version. I don't know. I don't have the botcon version. Probably that you're right. And then what do we have? All accessory from the other 13 is set to combine somehow with Nexus. Combine somehow. I hope it's to make a combiner. Because we've had parts farming in the past, we've had weaponizers, we've had. So I guess Nexus would be the ultimate kind of weaponizer, but I haven't read the lore on that guy, so I'm not too sure. Brick Builder Prime, BBP, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. I'm deciding to get Firelight. I'll make the decision for you. Buy it. It's gonna be a good figure. I so far the mini bots have not disappointed from Hasbro. They have not disappointed. And why Hunter? Hey, you made it. Thank you. And then on the fence with skids. Which skids? Anyway, there's no skids in this reveal, but the actual skids from Legacy is a great mold. You should get that. All right, let's keep moving. I guess I'm done with the sponsor. Well, hold on. Let's just check anything else that he might. Oh, if you're a fan of Mesco, Nightcrawler is on pre-order. So that's he looks really good. Beavis and Butthead. If you want to, I would never have imagined back in the '90s that we would get $200 worth of figures for Beavis and Butthead. The Ghost Rider, the blue version. That's the Johnny Blaze action figure with motorcycle, and it's kind of a vintage style motorcycle. I like that, but I don't collect Marvel because hashtag no money to Disney has been my motto for way too long. And a new arrival, Venom, no, Anti-Venom Spider-Man. I know Anti-Venom. I didn't know Spider-Man had that suit for a while. Got some Star Wars figures on that are in stock, and this awesome Mundo Thundercats Mumra. That looks good, but I don't collect Thundercats because my wife needs to believe that I am still sane of mind. So there you go. And now I'm just going to go for the news. So let's switch screen. And this Tformer. Oh, you already posted it. There you go. I'm on the homepage. I am on the homepage of tformers.com. I always love when that happens. So thanks, Bacon. I'm going to have to. Oh, Lone Dragon. Resident, say hi to me. I'm on. No, you don't unsub, man. There you go. But where's probably because you posted stuff before. Yeah, I said hi to you in the chat before, man. So you're good. You're good. All right. So Overgear Ironhide versus Blackout. I'm not gonna play the video for copyright potentially version. Not too sure what that is. Overgear. Siri built on the concept of real mecha is here, featuring highly realistic vehicle modes and intricately detailed robot modes. This line pursue a weapon-grade mechanical aesthetic. Okay. With an array of armaments and joint parts for extensive customization, fans can enjoy a wide range of dynamic play possibilities. Okay. All right. Well, for people I like that stuff, there you go. Oh, and it's coming at the end of this month. All right. Well, and of course, it's from Takara Tomy because Hasbro is going down the drain these days. Upgrade kit for a good Blue Godzilla, if you want that. So I guess they're taking that kind of same upgrade kit they did for the actual Megatron Godzilla, which was a terrible idea to do it like that. So we have more images of Liege Maximo with the retro wheelie, which I've skipped. I'm not getting another wheelie. I'm good with one. Actually, I have two wheelie. One's in a box. The one that came with Grimlock. I guess a life size replica of Mumra out of the question for you. Yeah, life size. Yeah, it's my wife would probably kill me. Voltron. Oh, that's good news actually. The Voltron live action. Hasbro's going to do the new Voltron stuff. So I know my buddy Jimmy G is going to be all over that because he loves the Voltron. I personally will watch it because it has Henry Cavill attached to it, and I'll watch anything that guy does. But it's not a franchise that I was able to watch when I was a kid, so never had that much attachment to it. Fishy. How you doing? If you want to, you guys, if you like the comic book stuff, he does voiceovers of the stories and stuff like that. So Fishy is a good entertainment, and he gets some killer freaking views once in a while. That's wow. He impressed me today with his numbers, so that was really fun. All right, so that's Liege. Power Glide. Oh, he has a heart. Guys, he has a heart. But it's not painted, so boo Hasbro. No, I'm kidding. This looks actually good. I mean, the three screws don't look that great. But it's cool that they've included that. Now, if only they would make a human character to go with him, like they do with the missing link stuff. They have like those tiny humans. Why not make this a missing link, like a missing link style little figure of that girl in the yellow dress? More DNA design upgrade kit. This one for Razor Claw, which I don't have, but it's a nice deco. Everybody likes that. Most of the news are about what I covered with the toys, so that's cool. Heavenly Tyrant MP Star Saber coming soon from Tyrant Toys, and this looks really good. Not familiar with the company of Tyrant Toys. Tyrant Toys looks like a nice kick-ass sword. Yeah, I'm not into the Japanese continuity, but I hear good things. And Star Saber is really good. I hear that the comic version was more of a zealot than anything. So, different continuity will have different personalities. So yeah, that looks really good if you need a Star Convoy. I mean a MP Star Saber. Age of the Prime Wave 2. Okay, we know that. Godbot reveals, leaks. Anything else? New find from the. Oh, yeah. So TF Source is having a sale kind of thing. And then here I am again with episode 5. So it's been heavy news mostly about the Age of the Prime toy line. So, but I mean, they all look really freaking good. Oh, it's a video. Oh, there was a stream. I probably missed that stream. Clip jumper with the little horns. If you're voiced by The Rock or Dwayne Johnson now. And yeah, I'm not too sure. Yeah, I don't think I really like that deco for Smokescreen. I really prefer the following season. All right, let's go back to solo mode. I think I'm done for the news. What do we have in chat? Live Voltron, but I think will fail if they don't start promoting more soon, which is a problem with a couple of anything toy related or old cartoon related. They fail with the, they did the same thing with the Rise of the Beast. Barely any promotion, 2 trailers. That's about it. So yeah, Super 7 Thundercats. I know a lot of people didn't enjoy Super 7 right now. It seems to be struggling when it comes to making quality figures because it's been a long time since I've seen a review from Super 7 that sounded amazing. Gap fillers, Sea Spray needs his human too. Yeah, exactly. That would have been really cool to have. Well, it's not, she wasn't human though. She was from another planet, so technically an alien that could transform into or morph into a siren, which was it was a fun episode, I have to say. Do you think they will do ERB minicons Decepticons now that we have the Autobots with the various line? Probably it's easy money. Didn't grow up with Armada, so I don't have a huge attachment to minicons. But a lot of people really, really enjoy the minicons. So yeah, that's probably gonna make a lot of money. So I'm pretty sure that they're gonna do that. IDW made him a zealot. There you go. I was right. Quentin Rum. The weather only got 1 inch of snow today. Dude, I'm from Canada. I get that in an hour. But to everybody who's been snowed in the States, just, us Canadian can laugh at that because we're used to a lot of snow. But if it was a reverse situation and we would get a hurricane, we're all dead because we don't have the infrastructure to deal with that. You guys do. Well, in some part of the USA anyway. Parallel jet mode, but I am now fine with it. It's not perfect, but oh well. The perfect one would be the G1. G1 was really very cartoon accurate. Like it was small, it was a nice mini bot. Voltron movie will not be in theaters. Oh, streaming release. That's the type of movie you kind of want to see it on a big screen. Am I right? Like something big. And you guys are chatty. I like that. Thanks for showing up, guy. I hope the show picks up and people come and chat like we used to do, like at the early stages of COVID, where we would just chat for 3 hours while people were talking on screen. Yeah, there's a lot of toys that don't do well these days. Apparently, Voltron will not be a dark movie, but a little whimsical and fun. Well, if you want to appeal to the kids, that's what you do. Hey, Jimmy G, thanks for stopping by, listening. You're at work. Well, you know what? I do that too. I've actually been warned that I'm listening to too many podcasts while I'm at work. I don't know what they're talking about. All right, and now for the topic. So let's go with the topic intro, which is still awesome. That's it. Again, it's an open contest. If anybody wants to make me a better intro for my topic discussion, go ahead. Today, my topic is I have a few listed down. Scalping versus thinning your collection. So, all right, I'm on Facebook a lot. I'm in a lot of groups. Some allow selling of figures. Some don't allow, selling of figures. There's a group called the Underground, which I had to leave because it's not my thing. I know Jimmy G's huge, loves that group, but there's a lot of, let's to go back to the question, scalping versus thinning your collection. Um, Not everybody agrees on what's scalping, and I don't understand why it's a subject of debate. If you go into a store or you pre-order from a website that doesn't have a quantity limit, let's say Walmart, perfect example was the DeLorean, one of the first big crossover of the past 10 years. Everybody wanted that. So Hasbro made 1985 copies, 1,985 copies, and they're numbered on the box, one of 1,985. That's a great collector's item. On Hasbro Pulse, you could only get two, which is fine. On Walmart, you could get 12. So people are buying 12, and before they even get the figure, they post it on eBay that on whatever release date, they're going to have it, for sale for 1,200 bucks or other stuff like that. So yeah, there you go, Super Contra. And that thing intro I do, Super Contra, the skeleton that comes out of the wall is to this day my favorite boss entrance of all time. Nothing beats it. So yeah, so basically the DeLorean was a scalper paradise. Everybody bought it, 12 copies, and then sold it. Hasbro turned around and made more copies after that, which is, it's to my knowledge, the only time they actually did a kind of a scalper buster move. Because they made their money, right? They were planning 1985 of them. They sold out. They could have stopped there and just don't care. And you know what? From a company perspective, why would I care about scalpers? I made my money. But it comes to repeat business. So that's the thing. A lot of scalping, that's the example I gave to me is a clear example of scalping. Kato and Inutabi, two good friends of mine, went to a store once together. One of the rare time they were actually together. Inutabi was visiting. They go to a store. They see a guy with a cart full of toys. And Kato asked him, he's like, "Oh, cool. What did you get?" And the guy was like surprised that Kato approached him. And then he said, "Oh, I just picked everything that was new." Clear scalper. And there was some stuff in that cart that Inutabi needed. Can't believe I'm remembering this story from like 4 years ago. But anyway, so that's a scalper. Now, I guess if the store won't do anything about it, then it's hard to confront those people because you don't want things to escalate, or maybe you're just not comfortable with confrontation. I am not. It takes a big injustice for me to, you know, confront anyone. So it's just the whole. This is clear scalping. Ninja Bill busted one. He goes to a store and he always looks under the shelf. Takes his phone, check his camera, and there's a bunch of figures there that he needed. So he pulled them out. The employee noticed it and then went after Ninja Bill and gave him shit that he was stealing his figures. And he's like, no, 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 they're on the floor. Like it's the guy was hiding them until I guess his paycheck. So those are clear sign of scalping. So if it's a new figure, within, I don't know, 3 months, and then you see it on eBay or Marketplace, um, or if it's a pre-order on Marketplace. I've seen those. The guy's like, "Oh, I'm gonna sell this, I don't know, smoke screen from Age of the Prime. I'm gonna sell it for $100 in 3 months." But it's in 3 months that figure is gonna be released. That's an attempt at scalping. I mean, because you still have time to find the figure in store. So that's I think it's killing the hobby when people do that, or they go to a store and they just empty every shelf. They're not a fan, they're not a collector, and they're just scalping. That's one thing. But when you see a figure like, I don't know, from last year, somebody has one figure open that they're selling for a greater price, $100, then to me that's not scalping. The guy bought the figure, didn't like it for some reason, and is reselling it. That's fine. I don't think people should. I think I've seen a lot of hateful comments like, "Oh, scalper," and then, "Oh man, why did you buy it?" Man, sometimes you don't know what you're gonna get, right? You buy a figure, you think it's gonna be amazing, and then it's garbage. Like Kingdom Tracks, Kingdom Rhinox, terrible figures. If you want to transform them a lot. So that was, um, if anybody wanted to sell those figures at a higher price, it's their choice. You want to thin out, some of your duplicates, that's fine. So yeah, I have a hard time with scalpers. I've interacted with a few. Some are, just not that bad. Some will just pick stuff that's on the shelf when they're there. But some will try to help other collectors. Maybe they will buy a figure because it's in their area, but they know that some other areas complaining that they're not getting it. They're going to try to sell it to them. That's kind of helping. But if you're asking triple the price, then you're not helping, you're scalping. So it's a thin line, really. Earthrise Trust. Actually, my dad, that's a good one, Sovereign. Earthrise Trust. Well, all of the Amazon exclusive and Target exclusive during 2020, like early COVID. That was terrible for everybody. Nobody got the cone ads. Trust, my dad actually found probably the only one in the Montreal area at the Toys R Us in his area. Bought it. I didn't even want it because I always thought the coneheads were idiots. But then, it's another toy, it's another Transformer. So I decided to ask him to pick it up. So he did. I didn't open it for a year because I was waiting to see if Hasbro were gonna reissue the other Coneds. Eventually, I just opened it. It's a great fine figure, but then uh, he's the only one that's not been reissued, right? Because we got Ramjet and Dirge with the Legacy line, but we haven't heard from Trust yet. I hope we get him. But at the same time, now that we have the new Thundercracker mold, do we need another? Like, do we need that Trust, or should we just wait for the next mold? So that's anyway. See a couple new names. Gabe, who gave me my great, awesome intro. Thank you again. The worst figure that were scalped were Runabout and Ramjet. Yeah, Runabout. Like I still don't have it. Well, anyway, I don't have the black one, so I think that's Runabout. But yeah, I wish I could get that figure to complete my lineup. I have calculated. I keep talking about my poster I have there with all the season 1 through 3 cast, and I'm only missing 20 figures, excluding you know a couple humans and like extra characters like the BOT and or bot or whatever. But I'm only missing 20 characters, so that's cool. Who else is in the chat? Gabe, Ionicus, thanks for stopping by. Da-da-da. Fishy's there. I saw Ultra. There you go. Ultra Megatronus, his show is on a temporary break for at least 3 weeks. So since you can't come and chat on this show, come chat on mine. Sorry, man, I'm stealing people from you just for 3 weeks at least. The new Seeker is being released. I'm sticking to Earthrise. Earthrise is a great mold. I bought the new Thundercracker, and I'm not sure if I want to sell it. Like I will sell it, but it's still a good mold. Except Input and Ninja Bill will tell you differently. Tree Switch. Oh, you're right, Brick. He was re-released. So the other two were repackaged because they were a duo pack. And then Trust was re-released. You're absolutely right. All right, guys, sorry, I made a mistake. God. You can just vote for one person to correct me. Tailfin snap off my Trust. Oh, that's pretty bad. That's too bad. I'm too invested in Earthrise Seekers that I really don't think I'm going down the new 86 rabbit hole. Yeah, it's it happens. To each his own. All right, so now I think I've spoken by myself long enough, and I think I should bring in my guest. So have a good clap for. It's going to transition the Digital Caveman.
Fellow action figure connoisseurs.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's been a while.
It has been a while.
Yeah, you had a bigger beard last time I spoke to you.
Yeah. I cleaned it all up here recently, trying to go back to more with my silhouette here for my logo.
Yeah.
Instead of
How
just
did
being
you make that logo? It's really well done. I like the cell
I
shaded stuff and
well the first thing I did was I took a picture of my face with my phone and I put that in the program that I use for photo editing, and I
okay.
just kind of did the outline of it and uh, kept the glasses and put the little cell shading in on it, and the rest of it is just pieces I found here and there and just composited all together.
Oh, okay. So simple enough. And I was wondering, I was trying to recall how you and I met, like online for the first time. Do you
I want to
remember? I know
say,
you invited me to your show first about 3-4 years ago. You interviewed me,
mm,
but I don't remember like the first time you contacted me to say, "Hey."
I want to say we met like in a Patriot Prime stream, or maybe it was a Cato stream, or we met there and then
Probably.
uh, found each other on Instagram.
Oh yeah, because you don't have a Facebook.
Yeah, no Facebook.
You still don't have a Facebook after all these years. No
Well, I
Facebook.
have one. I have one. The funny thing about it is I've tried to like get rid of it numerous times, and it just keeps coming back. It's like
Well,
you can't get rid of your Facebook.
you can't. Well, actually, I have two of my friends who did get rid of it, but they keep the messenger open, because it's a separate application,
Yeah.
so it's good for chatting. And I have two Facebook, one for me and one for Razyel Kayne, and it's garbage compared to what it once was. I still miss the old application, the old kind of games that Facebook had, and so
Yeah,
yeah,
I got tired of fighting with Facebook over my privacy settings. Like every time I logged in, you had to go in and change your privacy settings back to, you didn't want them to use this and that, and so
yeah.
I just quit using it.
No, I get it. It's yeah, I think I've sold my privacy to the internet overlords. I
Oh,
don't check it.
there is no privacy. It's
No, not
gone,
anymore unless you're completely offline.
and
That
that's damn near impossible.
at this point it is. And I've actually been contacted by an AI company, Higginsfield, last week, and they wanted me to participate in a campaign where they would pay me to make videos. And I'm like,
To,
all right,
to help train the AI.
I guess. So I said, all right, I'll give it a shot. But they really wanted me to make they said they wanted me to make a 6-minute video and upload, use their tools to do it and then upload it. And then they would sponsor it. And it would have to be linked to my YouTube account. I'm like, okay, I'm all for that. But then I go in, but then if I want to use their tool, I have to pay $9 a month. So I'm like, this is not they were offering me to make the video about $30. So I'm like, I'm really making just $20, and they're not gonna pay me for my time, and they're not. So at first I was curious, and then when I saw that, I'm like, I don't have the time right now to make it worth my while. Make a bunch of video, and they were really specific on what they wanted type of video. And then the first thing they show is a bunch of girl dancing. I'm like, oh yes, that's my personalized link to your platform, is a bunch of girls dancing. So I'm like, all right, not what I'm looking to do. I should just have danced for 6 minutes myself and then upload it. Just use their tool, make my face explode in colors, and I don't know. So anyway, all right. Well, let's get back to you. You're 4, 5, 6 years old. What's your first love?
It would probably be Kenner's Star Wars
Okay, so toys,
at
Star
that age.
Wars.
Yeah.
Okay, and did you? I'm guessing you didn't collect back then, but your parents probably bought you a few.
Oh yeah. I mean, between my brother and I, we had, by the time Kenner was done, we had maybe two or three that we were missing that
Oh,
were
that
just hard to
much.
get stuff at the end of the line. Yeah.
So what year is this? Like you're
Oh, let's see. That would probably be 84, I think, was when the last of the Kenner Star Wars stuff came out, the Power of the Force with the coins and that stuff. That kind of ended the line because they had
okay.
nowhere to go with it.
Well, at the time, yeah, and now they seem to be finding new excuses to make new Star Wars
Yeah,
toys.
let's make the 2000th edition of Darth Vader.
Yeah. Oh my god, I don't even have a Darth Vader. The only Star Wars thing I have is a Lego X-wing, the Luke Skywalker
Mm.
version. It's fine. I like it, but I can't. I tried. I had a Luke Skywalker and the Ahsoka from the Padawan from the series,
Yeah.
Ahsoka, and it's not for me. Like the for the same price of a Transformer, I get a very flimsy figure, like very thin limb and everything. Doesn't stand really well. It's like, yeah, I think Star Wars fans are
Well,
getting royally screwed with the Hasbro.
yeah, and as a response, they are doing a little bit. I won't say they're doing great, because you can't really say Hasbro's doing great on anything. They have a hit here and there
Yeah, right.
that's
The
really really good, but
Studio Series and the Power of the Prime lines have been more hits than miss compared to Legacy. I'll say that.
I
There's
love Studio Series 86. I love the 86 stuff. It's
yeah,
great. I
but
need to I'm still debating on whether or not I want to pick that Megatron up. I think I'm going to, just so I have the Megatron to go with the Prime.
yeah, it's
But
a I
that
skipped it.
86 that 86 Prime is
Oh,
it's
it,
fantastic.
for main line, I don't think we're gonna get a better Optimus Prime. They can make other versions like the Skybound Optimus Prime, not Sky, yeah, Skybound.
Skybound, yeah.
The new comics. Have you been reading them?
I have not. I just, I don't know. I
It,
do still read a lot of comic books, but they're ones that let's say I found on the internet for free, and we'll leave it at that. And
well,
I
I know
haven't found any of those yet.
you had sent me all of those, and I couldn't do it. Like reading it on my
Really?
computer screen, eh, I couldn't get into it.
Well,
So I bought
it's
those ginormous brick that they're selling of Transformers right now. But the texture of the paper is actual comic book paper. It's not like
oh,
the
it's
Marvel
not
Epic
like the
Collection
the thick.
glazed. Yeah, it's not the glazed version. It's really the comic book style. So
Yeah.
right now, I had bought the first one. I just started yesterday the volume 2, which starts with Decepticon Island, where they have an island where they lure human. It's like a resort, and anyway, I haven't finished the story, but you know, Starscream is picking up humans to bring them to the island, like, and people are paying money
Oh,
to
as
do it.
that's when Rat Bat was running the
Yeah,
Decepticons.
yeah,
Yeah.
very a very accountant type of. He's like a Hollywood executive. That's what they are now. So then you're done with the Kenner line. Transformer comes out. Like what? How do you get
Well,
from?
around I guess it was like 82 is when GI Joe started, but I don't think I got into that until like 83.
Okay,
And then of course 84 Transformers, and that was it for me. I mean, we had a few GoBots, but and I don't want to offend anybody too much when I say this, but I always felt like GoBots were the preschool kids version of Transformers. And that's not
it,
to say there weren't some simple, Transformers, like, all the mini bots, but it just, to me, that's just how they always felt.
they were.
Because it's like, okay, you got this guy, he's a train, you fold
Yeah,
him up and he's a train.
and even in the show, I have to say that the GoBots, it's something that wasn't a problem back then, but the cartoon accuracy of the toy was way more accurate with the show, because the show they were very clunky, simple transformation even on the show, while Transformers were, we didn't know we wanted cartoon accuracy until third
Yeah.
parties started
We,
making
we did we didn't know what cartoon accuracy was back then.
exactly.
It was it's like, okay, this is the toy. Okay, yeah, the cartoon doesn't look like it, but use your imagination.
Exactly, that's when we had imagination. um Something lacking in this day and age with the new generation. It's just they don't have imagination. Like you can't. My sister's a teacher, and she tells me that kids are having a really hard time just memorizing like maths multiplication tables. Like just knowing them, it's harder and harder. So
And
yeah,
but now
things are different.
I will say, I passed on the 86 Soundwave because that Ravage that comes with that is garbage.
Well, Ravage will always be garbage because you can't have a cartoon accurate Ravage that will, you could, but it would be like you need a bigger figure not
Yeah, he
something
wouldn't
that
be in
transform
scale.
into a cassette, you know. So
And
so
you
yeah,
know, I would have been okay with that Ravage if they'd done it similar to how they did the G1 one. You know, he's flat and he just folds out, and then you pop the rocket
yeah,
pods on him.
a little bit of parts
I mean,
forming, you know, it's not a bad thing. It's just it back then it wasn't a problem. Like Starscream was a parts former, and you know
well, I mean,
it's
half
exactly
of them, you
yeah,
know.
exactly. So yeah, Ravage is difficult to do, but I didn't like the birds. I really like the Netflix version or the legacy
The,
version
the
of
siege.
Buzzsaw, and then Laserbeak. Like Buzzsaw was my one of my top figure of 2024. I was so happy with. I did not realize how much I wanted a Buzzsaw. It was just like crazy when I got it, and I was
Dude,
like, "Oh my god, he looks so good."
I was chomping at the bit for a buzzsaw because I always, you know, in the modern stuff, they never ever, well, I won't say never because they, in Legacy
Once
they
in a
did,
while, they
but
do.
they in G1, Buzzsaw only came with Soundwave. That's the only one that came with Soundwave.
Yep.
And then like all the modern iterations, it comes with everybody but Buzzsaw.
Yeah, exactly. So no, it was a good
So,
thing that he came up with that. And then
and I want to
technically,
say I
go
want to
ahead.
say like the last Buzzsaw that they did before the Legacy one was not, yeah, it was Combiner Wars.
Yeah,
And he turned into the data pad and a plane and a bird.
yeah. So which they we don't need. I understand that like people want to modernize what Soundwave would turn into in 2025 to keep the same function of communicator. Really, I'm not a big fan of the Bavers, but I think a satellite was probably the best
It
way to
it
use him.
it
And then he
makes
could
sense.
release drones that look like the cassette bots he had. It just to be a cassette these days, like the only kid that know what a cassette is my kid, because I've used the words cassette, but he doesn't know what they do, right? Like he doesn't understand. He knows it goes in his chest, but the concept that music is playing from these little
Yeah.
non-electrical things, just that's. But he knows the word. So the only kids that will know the words cassette are going to be sons and daughters of Transformers collectors, So, or maybe if you work in an antique shop, that's nothing. But yeah, I mean,
And
Buzzsaw it's a good color scheme. That's the thing. He pops. He really pops. So I'm really happy that they did that. We're missing from Hasbro, Slugfest and Overkill. Haven't been done yet. I did get the Doctor Wu version, and they fit perfectly in his chest, and they are
those look
really
really good too.
yeah. But I think with the 86 mold of Soundwave that came out, I think they're gonna do a Sound Blaster, and if they're smart, they're gonna release him with Slugfest and Overkill. That would make
That would be cool
yeah.
because what was it? Siege was the last time they did a sound blaster, and it was
They did
a
two. They did.
Walmart exclusive.
They had the no, it wasn't Walmart. It was the 35th anniversary edition, which had the same siege battle damage. But in Japan, the Takaratomi version had the clean version with the mercenary symbol.
Yeah, like it was the Japanese something, another mall exclusive or something. I know.
Yeah, that you're right. It was like some mall exclusive, and really, I remember FJ DeSanto was a showrunner for the next Netflix series. He had that version because Hasbro, this contact helped him get that. But I really wanted to have that version because Sun Blaster really doesn't mean anything to me. I don't. I have like the core class version. Oh, that's right. They did the Legacy core class Sound Blaster with buzzsaw. That was my only buzzsaw, like that little fixed cassette
Yeah.
that didn't transform, painted only on one side. That was my buzzsaw. So then let's to keep progressing in your love of toys. Um, did you get into other stuff like Masters of the Universe, Ninja Turtles, all that fun?
Never. I was kind of aged out by the time Ninja Turtles really became a thing, because that was 89 is when they
Oh,
got real big.
MC DJ,
What
thank
was it?
you. You just become a member level supporter. That's awesome. Thanks, man. Yeah, if people want to sign up to be channel members, go ahead. I offer those membership. You don't get really much more unless you're supporting me. And sometimes I do unboxing videos, but it's been a while. But thanks, MCDJ. I appreciate that. So yeah,
He's a
Ninja
good guy.
Turtle. All of my friends outgrew cartoons way faster than I did. So I really like the Ninja Turtles. Like I love the cartoon, the stories. I had a few toys. Um, my mom understood that I still wanted to play with toys, even if I was 9, 10, 11, 12 years old. I still enjoyed toys. So I got a couple. And then, so when did you come back to cartoons? Beast Wars?
Not cartoon. I never really left cartoons.
Okay. So,
I still, I watched Ninja Turtles. It was on in the afternoons when I got home from school, or uh, let's see, was I working? No, I wasn't working then. So while it was on TV, I was get home from school. It was on in the afternoons. There, wasn't much else to watch unless it was like What's Happening Now reruns. I don't know if you remember that show.
which one?
What's Happening, and then What's Happening Now, and they had that big guy on there rerun.
I was up North
And
Quebec at the time, so I didn't have cable. I had two very snowy English channels only. Most of my stuff, like Ninja Turtle, I did watch in English. That's really the show that I really watched, and it made me learn a lot more. Because Transformers and GI Joes, and I watched in French. Thundercats, I watched in English. Um, so yeah, I mean but we didn't get all the other shows they weren't all translated.
right,
So it's really when Beast War came out, I was south of Quebec now. I was where I am now. And I watched Beast Wars, and then I was really more of a Masters of the Universe guy as a kid. But then when Beast Wars came out, the fact that they hinted at G1 stuff just blew my mind. It was so good. And then you'll remember this: Netflix, Morpheus, not Netflix, Napster, Morpheus, and Kazaa came out.
yes,
And then that's when I started downloading Transformers, and then I got really into it and started.
yes, those wonderful days of downloading stuff on dial-up.
Oh God. Oh no. I actually, back in the 90s, Canada was way ahead of the USA for internet.
Well, I am
Uh
happy for you guys,
yeah.
because no, we were still having the digital handshake, and you want to download the 30-second trailer for Star Wars Episode
Yeah.
1, you just left your shit on all night long
And then
to
you watch
download it
that
and hope
eight
nobody
minute.
picked up the phone.
Yeah. And then MP3s. Everything had to play MP3s, you know. So yeah. Oh yeah, before BBPS webpage, yeah. Man, those were the days. But yeah, I downloaded so many. Like I was working for a company called Simpatico, and we had a partnership with Bell, which was is the biggest phone company in Canada, and we were the first high speed internet provider, like DSL and cable. So I had good internet when I downloaded all those shows, but it still took, 3 hours for an episode. So did you get into the other like 2000 ish cartoon shows or?
Well, I tried to, over the years, I've tried several times. I didn't catch Beast Wars when it was on, and
Okay.
over the years, I've tried to go back and watch it, and I can't look at it. It's just
You if
it's too painful. I know everybody says the story is great, the story is
yeah, but
perfect,
it's 3 episodes.
but
If you get through 3 episodes. You don't see it after that. I swear to you, it's 3 episodes.
I'll try it again, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do it, man. But no, I watched some of them Armada, and I liked Armada until the point when they made Laser Beacon Autobot, because
Yeah, that was
that was during that time when they were just throwing names on bots to keep the trademark. And I didn't mind. He turned into a video camera. Hey, that was cool.
yeah,
It
that was
it
fun.
was, it was perfect for the time. But no, he was an Autobot. No, that don't work. And
And then the
then
fact that in one episode, Megatron had a mini con called Leader One, and then the other episode, it's Optimus that has Leader One now. It's like, all right, cool. So
but I liked the gimmick of the mini cons where you plug it onto the toy and then a secret feature
yeah,
pops out or whatever. I always thought that was really cool. And the Optimus Prime, like the big Optimus Prime that they had for Armada, was cool too, because it had this feature that when you took the cab and you started transforming it, like the trailer would start transforming.
yeah, which
And
is a way
it
better
it
way, honestly, to do it, to incorporate the trailer in the transformation. I think that's a great move.
and I mean, it wasn't the greatest bottom half to Optimus Prime. There was, no articulation, and sometimes it would stand up, sometimes it wouldn't. But I liked that Optimus Prime because later on in the line they made two other bots that would transform and attach to him as well.
Oh, okay, cool.
And one of them was Jetfire.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Jetfire. So you could turn Jetfire into legs for super mode Optimus Prime. So you didn't have to use the trailer. And then there was another one. I can't remember what his name was, but like he transformed in this big backpack with these huge guns that would come
Wasn't
over
it Omega
Optimus's shoulder.
Prime?
No, no, no. It was like I want to say it was Overkill, but I know that's not right. But the cool thing about those is you could, when they were in alt mode, you could take Optimus Prime and hook him to his trailer. And then the other guy that made the shoulder cannons, he transformed into a trailer for Jetfire, which Jetfire would fit on, and then it would plug
Oh,
into the back of Prime's trailer. So you had this big convoy.
it's fun. Gimmicks are so I miss gimmicks. I miss firing missiles and
Oh,
spring
yes.
loaded stuff, and combining all your toys. It was just so fun.
Oh, and speaking of combiners, I skipped 86 Devastator, or the Constructicons, because everything I read, 13 inches. I'm like, that's Minosaur size. It's not big enough.
Yeah.
And from a certain point of view, I understand that, to have the bots in bot mode, to have them scale appropriately, they have to be a certain size.
Yeah.
Even though, like, in their vehicle modes, they would be much bigger because they're, large scale industrial construction equipment. But so I don't know. Maybe I'm too used to my Combiner Wars Devastator being like 18 inches tall. And
I have the Genbao version, which is 50 with the 2.0 upgrade kick. It's like 52 inches, maybe. It's it's huge, and I love it. But because of that, every other combiner I get, I'm like, oh man, this is
this is
tiny.
what the hell are
So
they doing? Yeah.
so I
I
got
was so when I finished Minosaur, I was so disappointed in it. Just not because the quality of it or anything, just because of the size.
yeah, it's I didn't get Minosaur. I complain about Minosaur being too small because I want my combiner to tower over everything. But I don't like the Stunticons, and it's just not a team that never interested me. And I
Right.
thought that the combine mode was just clip-ons. Like you had the
And
trailer
it
and then
was,
click click.
and I like that in that it makes them a lot more stable when they're in their combined mode. And apparently Hasbro likes it too, because that's, pretty much what they're doing with them now. And
Sorry, I'm just replying to Lone Dragon. I meant centimeters, not inches. Sorry, because yeah, Jinbao was not 50 inches. Sorry, man. Uh, but yeah, the I, I complain about the size for Minosaur, but then because I want a more interesting look, I ordered the Iron Factory Samurai series Stunticons because their
Mhm.
Minosaur looks like a samurai. So I'm like,
Right.
he's gonna be super small because it's Iron Factory. But
So that's legend scale.
yeah, exactly. So, but then I'm like, I don't like it that much, but I want something a little different. So, but my Bingo Toys Strafe just shipped. So for the Technobots Computron Masterpiece scale, have you seen those?
The which ones now?
Bingo Toys. They made
I have no.
Oh, I have to show that to you. If you like the Technobots,
Yeah, I don't. I honestly, I don't really look at third party and KO stuff
but,
often. I look at it sometimes, but
but
I don't look at it often.
if you like, oh wait, where is it now? Uh, Coming soon. It's sold out. Yeah, I hope my wife's not watching because I don't want her to see the price. But hold
Just
on,
hold
let
your
me.
hand over it.
Yeah. Well, actually, I can just lower. There you go. Entire screen. This here. Share. I don't know where we're gonna go. Oh, there we go. So, can I get bigger pictures? No. So that's is out mode, and it looks absolutely gorgeous.
It does look good.
It's always been one of my favorite alt mode because the original reminded me of a snow speeder. You know, so there's that quality. That's the robot. You know, and that's just one of them. There's gonna be 5 of those, and
Yeah.
look at that arm. It's really, really gonna be some freaking awesome thing. So, oh, that's the other ones because they have Hertz and then Galileo. Anyway, that's the combined mode. But yeah, it's shipped today. That's the Canadian price. So USD, you're looking at this much per figure.
And that's why I don't look at third party and stuff too often.
Yeah. Oh, granted, it's a lot of money. I mean, but that's my uncle gave. I have inherited a bit of money, so that's my gift from that money. Because I don't want to go crazy and spend.
Oh
I
yeah.
spent a lot of money on the house this year because I was able to. So this is my reward, part 1 of 5. Um, but I mean, I think Bingo Toys. It's gonna take 2 years to get them all together. Uh, so yeah, well, yeah, that's right. Southern Light, yeah, he's like, ouch for one. Yeah, it's for one. So it's gonna be big. I hope it's huge, but then at the same time, I don't have any more room. So, but I do want to. I like my combiners to really tower. Like sometimes
They
Devastator
should.
would be smaller on the screen. He would be like, double the size of Megatron. But then in that Master Builder episode, the Autobots are coming around and he's like freaking giant. That's the feeling I want to recreate.
Look, I want. He needs to be the size that he can go up against Omega Supreme.
Yeah, that's the thing. And that's my problem with the Menasor and the even Bruticus that's coming out and the aerial bots. they're not, Omega Supreme is not a Titan. It's a Guardian, so he's about the size of a combiner. So, but they made him a Titan size when with the Siege line.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so Scarpanok was a Titan. Fortress Maximus is a Titan. If they would have made a smaller Omega Supreme to scale better, with those, then it would everybody would be all over the Hasbro combiner, no problem, because it would scale
Right.
well. But now it doesn't scale well. I mean, you can't. A lot of people like to recreate scenes. Like I have a War Dawn, like above this shelf here. I have like a War Dawn shelf where it's the Guardian robot. I have 3D printed um Decepticon warriors, those flatbeds and the episode, Orion packs and everybody. So that's I that's the only scene I recreated because I just love that episode because it added so much lore and depth to the continuity. So
Yeah.
so anyway. So all right. So you liked Armada, you went and played. Did you
Yeah,
enjoy
and now like
Cybertron and
the
Energon and
the
all that stuff?
no, I didn't watch those. I tried to watch Energon. It was on at a weird time, but I really didn't like the CGI look that
Yeah.
they went with in
And the
Energon.
CGI was made by monkeys, so it really didn't look that
So,
great.
that's kind of where I was out of that one. And then uh my oldest daughter, about the time that Transformers animated come on,
Right.
she was watching that with me and she was really interested in that. So and I thought animated was really, really good.
Great
I
story.
mean, it started out, kind of kiddie like most Transformers do,
Yeah.
and but then it got really good.
That's one
And
observation that Patriot Prime makes regularly. Is like, they start making those show and then they realize that it's not the kid that's watching, it's dad. And then the story get a little more adult and everything. Liquid Below Zero. I think that's the first time I see your name. So thank you for stopping by to the night shift. I'm Razyel Kayne, and this is my guest, Digital
yes,
Caveman.
yes, well, I'm familiar with Liquid Below
Oh,
Zero.
there
He's
you go.
on
So he's one of
YouTube.
yours.
He's on Instagram. If you want to know something about an import figure,
Oh, he's
that's
the
the
guy
guy
for
to ask.
import figures.
Yes, yes.
All right. Well, that's cool. Sorry, I'm on. I forgot to unbox. I just received these things, which is a 3D printed Spike from season 3 and a 3D printed Carly from season 3.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And they're about this tall. So they're going to scale well. I've been collecting like 3D printed characters from the G1 show. And I thought they were going to be assembled because most characters do come assembled. I have friends that 3D print, but they don't want to do the painting for me, or they don't want to print in multiple colors. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm just gonna order it because then I suck at painting
Yeah,
stuff. And
painting is not my forte either.
no, so
And I want to change that because I want to start doing dioramas and stuff like that.
even well, yeah, dioramas like you. That's the thing. Okay, it's like recipe on TikTok or Instagram. It looks super simple when they do it, and then you try to do it, and it's terrible. you know I tried a couple recipes I've been able to swing by, and it looked okay. But when it comes to diorama, you watch a guy making like fake a brick floor, and it's like, oh, you just line up some tapes and you put the goop on, you wait it to dry, no problem. I'm not gonna try that, it's gonna suck. So I wait for toy hacks to, because now the toy hacks, they, like in November, they stopped doing the toy stages because the shipping was a nightmare because of tariffs and bullshit and all that stuff. So, but they're apparently, because I've been asking multiple times, I'm like, all right, well, when are you guys starting back? And they're like, oh, soon. So then again, like about a week ago, I'm like, hey, not to be a dick, but it's when is soon? And apparently it's in 2 3 weeks now because I like their door stages and their floor tiling. That's what I use for my reviews. So
Take a look at there's a company called Extreme Sets.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's really expensive.
You
It's
gotta watch
extremely
them. You gotta
pricey.
watch them and wait till it's on sale.
Yeah, exactly. But then
So
it's
they
yeah.
do have one that looks like the interior of the Ark, I believe. I wanna say I saw that on their website.
Yeah, there's
But
they have some really interesting set, but I mean it's hard to gauge the scaling and like is it for 12 scale or like cuz you're more familiar with that than I am, but I cuz I suck at it. I know mainline, I know deluxe and Voyager and leaders, that's a size I can wrap my head around. But when it's like a
well
12 scale, a 6 scale, yeah.
here's the thing. When you're dealing with true 1/12 scale, 1 inch equals 1 foot.
Okay. All right, 1 inch, 1 foot. Okay, that makes
Now,
sense.
when you're dealing with 1/6 scale, it's double. So 1 inch would be
2 feet.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
No, the other way around.
Let's see you.
Anyway, it's more because it's
That
you're
must be
going
the
from
imperial
1/12, which
system,
is
right?
six
This is
inch.
not metric. This is not
Oh
metric.
no, it's not metrics. And but yeah, Sovereign Knight is right. 1/12 is it's a big scale, and 1/6 is double that because you're dealing with a 12-inch scale.
But okay,
So I
hold on.
stay way away from that.
Like, okay, icon collectibles, it's like 6 inch. So that's
Yes, it's in this is what I like to call because I don't think anybody makes a true 1/12 scale
okay.
action figure. It's in the 1/12 scale area. It's
Okay.
it's 6-inch compatible. And with like the newer
Okay, well, it's
mainline
done now.
Transformers, like when Siege and Earthrise and Kingdom come out, they were dealing with approximate 1/32 scale.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I Transformers are like 132.
And I like that when they kind of stick to the scale. I know there's, some they can't because like it's just, to make the bot the right size.
Yeah. It'd be too
Yeah, their Long Dragon got it 1/12 adjacent.
okay. Adjacent. There you go.
So,
So
but yeah,
yeah. It's you see my Conan, that's one thing I've been ever since I bought that Minotaur that you and I reviewed, you know. Now I have like Icon Collectibles came up with like they're you know them. You
yeah.
know? Yeah, so the
I
Frazetta,
don't have any, but I know them. Yeah, I
yeah,
know
well
what you're
that's the
talking about.
thing. I'm a huge fan of Fire and Ice, the movie. And now Frazetta Girls, Icon Collectibles are making those figures. And my wife is like, "Oh, it's a new thing." I'm like, "I can't skip this because that's never going to happen again." Like fear of missing out for the Fire and Ice stuff is way up here. Like I have Necron on pre-order. I hope they do other characters. I
Oh,
don't want to
and
like make buy a ton of them, but I want like the main characters, you know.
if you're interested in the Frazetta stuff, um,
Oh, they
I
have the
picked
new
up I
the
picked up the Savage Crucible Warrior with ball and chain, and that's a good figure.
but is that's not Icon Collectibles. Like
No,
it
no, no, no.
okay.
It's Harbinger Studios.
Okay.
It's this line, Savage Crucible.
Okay. I think no, that's not. No, I have two Accessory Studios. I have the Gold Hilder. Did you get her?
Yes. Oh my god, that figure is amazing.
But I like the mold is really good, and of course, a lot of people are just making sex pictures with her and Conan. So it's like I don't get it, but nerds will need to get up at some point. But the skin tone really messes my eyes. Like it's
It
not
is
great.
yeah, it doesn't seem I don't know, like she was in the sun too long or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
I
like that.
will I will say that. But
It's kind of a like a grayish beige.
and the range of motion on some of the figure could be a little bit better.
Yeah,
Like I wish she had like a dumbbell in the waist instead of just that cut where the chest and the abdomen meet
yeah.
with
Oh,
that
I had
dumbbell joint.
I twisted the leg too much, but the joint wouldn't come back. So I had to unplug everything, unsnap. Like it's the first time I had to disassemble the figure to dig in there, twist everything, and then put her back together. And it's like,
I will tell you that that hip hinge, that T-bar
yeah,
that goes in there, I'm not a super fan of that because if you move the leg too much one way, it's like the ball joint that's in the torso will pop out.
yeah, yeah. It's pretty. And
But
then I
other than
think
that,
that the head they should have given us an extra face, like because
an
she has
angry
like
one.
that. Yeah, an angry face would have been nice. So she's really good. She like
But I
you
think
know.
I think we'll see her again because if you read the bio on there, it says like when she joins up with the Romans sometimes and fights the Germanic tribes or whatever it was, she goes as a redhead. She dyes her hair red. So I think we'll see her again,
Yeah,
but with
there's so
red
many
hair.
naked chicks I can buy without my wife laughing at me. Like it just it happens. Like I got her, and the first thing she
Uh,
said is like, "You bought a naked girl," and then I got Tigra for Christmas from my father-in-law, and because my wife, she I had bought the figure, and then she gave them. So what happens at Christmas is that nobody knows what to get me, so I pre-buy my Christmas gift. I give them to my wife, and then she sells the figures to whoever picked me for the gift exchange, and then she pays me back for the figure. So that's how it works. And so he bought me, and then she's like, "Oh, you got another naked chick." I'm like, "It's not that. It's not about the sex. It's because of the movie." So yeah, yeah, it's just fun. I'm thinking of asking Ralph Baxi, the producer and designer of the movie, for an interview, because he posts he I don't want to say mean things, but I think he's living a little bit in the past right now, because all he posts is old cells of his movies. So I think he'd be willing to come by and talk about it, just for the heck of it. So it's interest. I need to get more gutsy with my invites.
and no, I did not get the two-headed ogre. I think I know which one you're talking about, but I did not pick that one. And Bigum, you'll love her when you send out for that pile of loot.
Oh yeah, she's a like the skin tone is the only thing that really bugs me, because I'm not a huge collector of figures, so I don't know the difference between the different joints type and everything. But yeah, you're gonna love that. Yeah, and she has nipples. If it's
Yes, she does. And I will tell you this, just out of curiosity, if you pull the figure completely apart, every single overlay on this figure comes off.
really,
Everyone.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's
So
funny, fishy.
if you like to take risque toy
Oh no,
photos,
I
then
don't. I don't. That's one thing. So yeah, Wizards was awesome. Fishy. I watched it for the first time not long ago, and all that Nazi propaganda. I'm like, yeah, you know what? It's touching some sensitive things right now, so I'm not gonna watch. But Wizard was a great movie.
and
Uh,
then those X-Ray Studios figures, they go well if you pick up the Savage Crucible stuff.
yeah,
They
I
fit.
no, I haven't picked up Savage Crucible. I kickstarted the Brutal Realm.
That looks really interesting.
I'm waiting for the like cuz there's been so many delays with that and Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. Those are two Kickstarter because when I
Yeah,
backed it, there was no good Conan the Barbarian figure that I really wanted. So I backed that Kickstarter. I picked up the like Native American warrior, like a
the
base
crow
model
guy
with black
with
hair.
the big crow on his chest.
No, just a
No,
generic one.
okay,
Um, and then maybe I can find. I probably still have the Kickstarter somewhere.
but yeah, they were. I talked to the guy who runs it
Oh,
at
okay.
Joe Fest this past summer, and they were hoping to get stuff out before the end of the year last year.
Yeah, they were some.
But
That's what it was supposed to be, but there's been so many delays. But brutal realm, highly articulated. I backed. Let me share this for the viewers. So these are like the like they man, rewards. I really don't like how they build their site. So there you go. I don't like the speed of their site. Come on, man. All right. So that's what I picked up. My selection was the Native American warrior barbarian. So, and then I did get some extra sets of weapons and stuff because he came with just one tomahawk. So, but the campaign, they had some really nice projects. And now, that's the status we're at right now with building. Like, this is kind of a He Man type
yeah,
figure. And they have this guy, like, and then they have like if you want a army build, you have a bunch of you can get a bunch of bear based barbarian. Uh,
yep,
but then you have like a Northman, Ogun. I don't know who that is, and then they're all like other character. Like this is not He Man; it's future King Barbarian, and you know they're different enough that it's not He Man, but you could tell.
yeah.
And then
You can definitely tell it's inspired.
yeah, exactly. And then
By,
Conan or Crow Man, I don't like the big bird thing. Like it's
that
just
that
eh.
is the only thing that kept me from pre-ordering that. I would like that dude would make a perfect Conan if he didn't have that damn bird on his chest.
That's the thing. So that's why instead I went with the uh Native American one because he looked more like where is it? This one kind of looks more like a Conan, it's not the
Yeah,
right hair, but he has the so I'm really excited to get this guy, but it's taking forever and it's too bad. And then I have the Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. I don't know. Do you have any of those figures?
I picked up a few, uh, just the ones that really, catch my eye.
Yeah. Well, I
I, I
was
I
not
picked up
gonna.
one of the plain ones just to see how I liked it,
Yeah. Well, that's the
and
thing.
I liked them okay.
Kato really sold me on a lot of those Kickstarter figure, but Animal Warriors, like I'm not a huge guy, but I no okay. See my selection. I had to confirm my selection because my email does say the proper thing, and I confirm with them that I'm getting the proper thing. But it's just the I wanted that he's not even there. But I told Kato I was gonna order something if they make a Minotaur, right? And because I really like Minotaurs. And then they did come up with a Oxidus or Chief Brewdog somewhere. And yeah, this guy. So then I'm like, all right, I'll back that and get a this guy. So, but that's another project that I'm waiting forever for. Again, it's taking its sweet time. And I understand it's not their fault. Like everything is being messed up everywhere because of the political situation and the
Mm,
shipping and all that stuff.
yeah,
So yeah. Oh yeah, and then recent He-Man Transformer collab. was a terrible idea. Like
Can't
what?
argue with that.
It's like, you take a GI Joe and they did the crossover with GI Joe. They made transforming vehicles, which was a good idea. That's what it should be. So why not transforming Masters of the Universe vehicles? Like, it's just, you know. But then it's not a Hasbro crossover, right? It's a Mattel crossover because they're Mattel figures. So I think we need Hasbro to make figures with transforming vehicles.
Agree. I think the idea behind the GI Joe and Transformers was really good. I think some of the selections that they made was a bit questionable.
Yeah, well, that's
I, I
something.
understand the quality wasn't real great on the Transformer part,
No, well,
but yeah, I think
the triple T was really good looking. I didn't get it, but the Surgeon Slaughter vehicle was really good. Um, but yeah, the Bumblebee should not have been Bumblebee. It should have been Cliff Jumper, Beachcomber.
Beachcomber, yeah,
Yeah,
because he
and
turned into the All Striker.
yeah, and
Yeah, that
then Megatron as his tank. Yeah, it could
I
have been
can
something
I can
else.
kind of I can kind of see that.
Yeah, I can see it. It's just I don't know why
It just
it didn't resonate with and I don't collect Joes at all. I really just wanted to have a Lady J and a Flint because they're Marissa Fairborn's parents. That's
mhm,
that's really my only
right.
thing that I wanted. But then it's just I'm not gonna get these characters just for the heck of it, and especially since the only thing I can find anywhere is a Marissa Fairborn, like 3D printed stuff. So far, they haven't made her. They made a bunch of stuff, but you're
Didn't
gonna
Hasbro just do a set with like a 3 3/4 O-ring Marissa Fairborn? It came with I can't remember.
did they? I don't think so. I know
I
that they
wonder.
did a the Jetfire came with Void Rivals figures.
Okay, maybe that's
Yeah,
what I'm thinking of
yeah,
then.
okay. You know what? You should read the comics for Skybound. Just
I want to.
wait for
I
that.
have
They,
to
they have like a
find them.
huge trade paperback coming up. Because I don't collect the individual issue. I collect those like 6 part or 6 issue.
Well, if you're just getting a comic book for the story, waiting for the trade is, the best
Yeah,
option. Now, if you're a comic book collector,
yeah. You want the individuals.
you want the individual issues and you put those up, and then you buy the trade paperback anyway, so that you read the trade paperback and you don't have to open your
Yeah,
bag comics.
and then so now they have 2 types of paperback. They have like the thin ones for 6 issue each, but then they're gonna make. I think it's coming soon, like a bigger one. So I'm just gonna go with the because I do Transformers and Void Rivals. Void Rivals is more season 3 characters. So you have Hot Rod Springer, you have Skuxoid, and then you have Slizardo, the Quintessons, and they have. I don't want to spoil it if ever you're gonna read it, but they took a character from the episode Forever is a Long Time Coming and they kind of reimagined her. So I like when they go back and they do stuff. Like there's even Cobra La in there. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not something I'm huge on, but and now with I heard that with the latest GI Joe or Transformer, now they're bringing in Mask as well. So So anyway,
Stan, like there's a company that's doing mask toys. It's same scale and
yeah,
everything as the originals, but from what I'm hearing, the
it's not good.
quality and
Yeah,
they just don't work very
I
well.
think it's Larkin. Larkin's Lair really was disappointed with his figure. Um, So yeah, I'm glad I'm not into
So I'm
masks.
thinking people are liking like the stuff from Ramen Toys, the mask stuff that they're doing.
Hold on, I want to answer Billy Bob Cornhole. Go on AliExpress and you can find a 3D printed, or go on my channel, check my 3D printed review. They have a very nice scale Slizardo for your DEF CON. That's what I did. It's 3D printed well, even as the eye patch and everything. It's yeah, I think it's worth it. So, how did you become a YouTuber? Let's keep going
Mm,
about the interview, which
okay.
I'm supposed to be
Um,
doing.
well, I had been watching a lot of YouTube stuff during the 2020 stuff
Yeah,
as it was going down, and I kept thinking it's like I can do that. But I was like, well, I don't have a camera, and I just kept making excuses for it. And finally I just said, well, you know what? I'm gonna use my phone and
yeah.
I'm just gonna do it. And for me, maybe at first I was like, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna make a shit ton of money. And I quickly found out that
Oh no,
no.
you don't make a shit ton of money. There you go. That's my Slizardo, just to answer the chat. There you go. Skunk Sword is too far away.
And kind of like you, I think I asked you this question when I interviewed you. I wanted to have that camaraderie that I was seeing,
Yeah.
other people have. Um,
I think in
but
the first one that I told, I admitted that I started YouTubing for the wrong reasons. Because like you, I it's funny, even if we're over 40, near 50, there's still that mentality that if I start doing what the cool kids are doing, then I'm gonna be in their gang automatically. That it's the
yeah,
dumbest thing. And I remember even M3 mentioning that to Kato. He's like, "Why did you start YouTube?" He's like, "I wanted to talk with you guys." So there's still that like primal need to belong to a group,
yeah,
that's why I started YouTube. I wanted to, and then I did the voice acting stuff. And I remember being upset when they were talking about a TV show like the Netflix show, and then they talked about the voice acting and everything. I'm like, why aren't they inviting me? I at the time talked a lot about voice acting.
yeah, yeah,
So, and I remember being upset by that. And eventually I started liking what I was doing. And then I branched off to do tour reviews, and I, did live stream and everything. So now I'm doing it for myself and I'm just having fun. And that eventually led to me hanging out with the cool kids. I'm in the secret
right.
group chat with a lot of people that I, watch for the past 5 years. And that's fun. And that's when you realize that these people are just as dumb as you, and they're just having fun. And it's
And
just a bunch of guys shooting the shit. It's like a locker room
and
and
you
breaking
know that
people's
that's
balls. And
that's what it comes down to. It's got
yeah,
to be fun.
exactly. So
And the other reason that I started was like I live in a very rural area.
okay.
So there's not a lot of collectors,
Okay.
at least if there are, a lot of times they stay hidden. They don't want anybody to know.
All right. Okay.
So it was my chance, doing this is it's my chance to share my collection with like-minded people, and also hopefully entertain while you're watching the video, and show you maybe something you didn't know, or Lord
Yeah.
forbid you like my opinion on something, and
I
don't buy it just
admire
because I
your
say so.
courage. I admire your courage to say all those freaking long names when you do your comparison. And this is the limited edition super power duper. And it's like super long. I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, here's the thing, dude. When I make when I make those comparison sections, they are 38 seconds because
Oh, for the full rotation.
it's a complete rotation with just a little bit.
Yeah,
So I have to fit all of that into 38 seconds. You
yeah,
don't know how many takes I do, especially like if it's a day that I'm particularly tongue tied with
it
something.
happens.
And
But is it like, do you do voiceover? You like you
no,
just
no,
you
I
tape it
do it.
once?
I do it. You see it.
Okay,
It's
I see it.
live. It's a live recording. If if that makes sense. Very rarely do I go back and do a voiceover because I hate to do it. Because
It
a
never
lot of
sounds
times it's
right,
like,
eh?
when you're going, well, this and this and this thing, and so then you have to remember what the hell you said,
Yeah, it's not
and I'm
easy.
like,
I
no. So
sometime what I'll do though is that I'll replace the images. Like I'll keep the original track, but then I'll move the images because I have this illusion that I have to be professional doing this stuff. I really don't need to, but if I do a lot of hums and ums, and you want to slice that off.
I
So
I I try to avoid that as much as possible, but I've noticed as I get older,
yeah,
it takes a little bit longer to process stuff
and
sometimes.
I do these days a lot more mispronunciation because of my French accent. Because I used to work a lot in English businesses, but for the past 14 years, I worked solely in French. So I'm losing a lot of my, like, doing YouTubes and doing live stream helped me keep in touch with my conversational skills. But sometimes I'll say a word, I'm like, I have to redo that. But then I'll hear it only when I'm editing. I'm like, that's
Yeah,
not
I was
what
like,
this
"Oh,
is.
ah."
I'll say,
And
I'll say, I don't know, tail fin instead of spoiler, because it's kind of the same thing. It's just sometimes I completely mess up. You're right. Getting older sucks. There you go.
it can.
Yeah. So yeah.
But, yeah, that's basically because I wanted to share my collection with other people and maybe help them out if they had questions about a figure or something like that, and again, hopefully be entertaining.
Yeah.
I think I'm entertaining. It may not always play that way, but
Oh, no. You have good. You have like a good pacing, good videos. You do the the green screen stuff. I don't watch all of your stuff because there's just stuff that I'm not into. So
well,
I have a harder time right now. Like I used to watch like everything. Who was it? I don't remember, but there was a guy I was watching. And I would watch all of his stuff just because I wanted to give my support. But now I'm more selective and just I want to watch this
well,
and watch.
it's hard for me. I don't get to watch as many reviews and stuff as I would like to because for one reason, I don't want to watch a review about something I'm gonna review
See,
because I
I
don't
don't have
I,
that
I want
problem.
it to be,
Fresh,
100% my view of
yeah,
it. Now, if that matches up with somebody else's, then that's great, and if it doesn't, that's great too.
yeah.
But, so I don't like to watch stuff before, that I'm planning on reviewing or, got on pre-order stuff. So I
No,
don't watch that. And then,
I.
there's those guys that get stuff super duper early
Oh yeah,
that
like okay, I've just
didn't
saw Prime versus Prime on
necessarily get them
Facebook,
through.
and I blocked
I
him right
wasn't
away.
I wasn't gonna call any
Oh
names,
fuck! I'll
but
call Chefetron, Prime versus Prime. I'll call them all up. I don't care. I hate those guys. Anybody can say, "Oh, they're doing us a service because they're showing us a figure 6 months in advance." It's not a service. It's bullshit. They're stealing. I don't care. The problem is that there was that channel, Transformers Talk Raw. I really got along well with Matt. He was on a quest to close these channels by petition and you know calling Hasbro to complain that people are stealing. I kept telling him that Hasbro knew about him and didn't care. Okay, but then that channel started attacking my friends. Like,
Yeah, there's a certain
and it's like, okay, he complained about Bird the Stormtrooper, and then he attacked Fire Talks, and then Patriot Prime, and then Kato, and I'm like, all right, you know what? When he complained about Bird, I'm like, dude, I'm out. You know, flushed him, and so yeah. I don't
yeah,
know about
there's
Toys R Us,
that
man. I don't know if
that's
Toys R Us still. I think he has like a good deal with Hasbro
well, it's
because
not just that. You got to remember some of these guys are getting it from overseas legally because they get, that's
yeah,
produced right there or near them. So they get it first. But like if it's 6, 7 months out before the official release, no, they didn't get that through any legal means.
yeah, exactly. So I bought it from the factory. Yeah, no factory is gonna sell that to you.
No, you bought it from a dude who stole it from the
Yeah,
factory.
exactly. And you know what? I understand that in some culture, I don't want to say which one I'm thinking, but that apparently there's like the honorable thief. If you can steal something and turn it into a profit to feed your family, it's considered honorable. I'm like, but that's one thing for the seller. If you're the buyer, you're an ass. Like you're not part of the honorable part.
And it's one thing if you don't know, but if you know what you're doing,
Oh yeah.
no,
It's like, you
I
walk into a massage parlor and then she start touching you. You didn't know. You have to get out at that point. Say, I did not know. But if you enjoy the ride, you knew. Or
oh yeah.
you're being made aware and you made a choice to stay. So I'm just saying it's like
So
parents who
I
don't
think
know that their kids have been dealing drugs because the kid your kid has no job and walking driving around in a car with a freaking lowrider kit. Yeah, maybe you should have known. Like, don't tell me you didn't know. You chose to ignore.
yeah.
So
And gosh, I was going to make a point and I don't remember what the hell it was now. That's another thing about getting old. I had
yeah.
a thing on Instagram come up and they were talking about do you ever walk into a room and forget why you walked in the room? And I
Oh yeah.
respond, I said, yeah, every time I walk into a damn room.
Yeah. It's like it. I opened the fridge. Oh, what did I need? And I look back. Oh yeah, mayonnaise. Like it's yeah, it's part of growing old. It sucks. It's you have to. I guess you get used to it, but it's terrible. And a lot of people ask me like, "Are you going to sell your collection when you grow old before you?" I'm like, "No, I'm not selling anything. When I die, if my kids want to melt all of this and make Minecraft blocks with it, I don't care. I've had my fun. You can do what the hell you want with it afterwards. So
Yes. My kids used to ask me that when they were younger. What are you going to do with all this stuff?
okay, no, sorry. I
When you
never went to an alleged massage parlor. Just I was giving an example. All right. I'm happily married. I don't need that. Like it's never happened.
no happy
So
ending.
yeah, yeah. Lone Dragon's always trying to get me in trouble. So yeah. So yeah, but I mean, you're still doing YouTube. Are you still doing the show with Ed? I haven't watched in a while. Sorry.
He's been busy doing this, that, and the other, so we hadn't really, and he finally found him a job, so
Oh,
he's been doing
well,
that too.
it's like
And
Rodimus Primal. He's working now, like because the YouTube
yeah,
really went down for everybody. He was able to live off that for like I don't know 5 years, but then everything kind of plummeted. I don't know if it's the same for you, but did your views go down?
no, well, I will say this: my watch time, I had gotten up to over 3,000 watch hours, And then last year it just
Yeah.
I'm just now getting back up to like 2,700.
I
But
haven't checked that metric in a long time.
I
So,
did get this.
oh, there you go. So now you just need the watch hours to be able
Now I
to get
just
the
need to watch
monetization.
hours.
Yeah. It sucks. And then the shorts, like even my shorts, they used to do between 1 and 3,000 views. Now I'm getting 200. My Toy Hacks review used to do 100. Now I stopped doing that because I'm getting nothing. And even my toy reviews, I used to get, I don't know, 500 to 1,000, and now I'm getting 48.
Yeah,
It's terrible. That's why I started doing
it's
the live the night
this
shift, because
the
I
new
I have more fun just talking with people now.
yeah, it's that new algorithm and nobody really understands it now, even though you have these 5 million channels about we'll get you more YouTube views.
Yeah. Oh, there was a guy, he said how to get to 1 million subs in 7 days. And then you look at the video from 2 years ago and he had 7 views. I'm like, yeah, okay, great. That worked. So
But it's I'm not worried about no YouTube money. It's
I
if I get
made,
some money from YouTube, I do, and if I don't, I don't.
yeah,
It's
I
not
make a
it's
bit of
not gonna
money
make or
now,
break
but
me,
it's
but
not it's
I'm
not great. I think in I've been monetized since last year. Um, but I before that, like I mean, monetized for ads, but then for everything else, like membership, when you hit 500,
yeah, when you
I
hit that partial monetization,
yeah, partial. I did so like for the past 2 years, I made, or maybe 2 years, I made about $300. I know I had about 3 payments from YouTube.
I made last year was my first payout, and it was due to on my 1,000th episode live stream. Some people, did money in the chat,
Oh yeah, okay.
and it was $239 and some change, and that was including whatever I had for the 2 memberships.
Yeah. So you got you got a lot of money then on the chat, because
Oh,
u-
man, here's the
usually
thing.
it's at 100 bucks, and they'll do you a payout on your next payday.
They taxed me on that live stream. I wanna say it was like 72%. They took 72% of it because they take their 30% off the top.
Wow.
So then if somebody uses an iOS device and puts money in from Apple, there's another fee they take off of that. So it
That's
it was it was crazy because I
but
was like, "Oh
that's
my god, I just made a bunch of money."
but then they tax you like a huge deal. No, that's because of like I don't pay the tax, because I mean it's a different tax
But
code in
I
Canada.
say tax. It wasn't tax. It was fees.
Fees.
Is what it
I should
was because
probably
they
log
don't
into
they don't they
AdSense.
don't tax it. It's you have to
Well,
pay
there
your
is
own
a tax
taxes on it.
form that you're going to get at the end of the year, right? For your tax
Yeah,
return.
I already got it, and
Yeah.
it ain't even enough that it affects anything.
Oh no, no,
So,
no. It's not. Yeah, I'm not worried about being
but
heckled by the higher IRS or.
I'm not I'm not gonna chase the algorithm. I just I tried to do that for a little bit, and it was just tiring, and I didn't feel like the content that I was making at the time was the stuff I really wanted to make. So I just said, screw chasing the algorithm. You
Yeah.
know,
Well, the algorithm is
I
burying us right now. So
I rely mostly on word of mouth to get, you know,
yeah.
viewers in, people I'll run into. Like when I go to Joe Fest, which is the only show I go to, I take a big handful of business cards that I've got made up with my information on it.
Yeah, I still have a bunch. I got mine from Canva. That's where I made like that's where I make my thumbnails and everything. And then
Mhm.
I gave my business card and mostly to voice actors because I wanted to get interviews. And none of them contacted me via the business card. But when I reached out to them on Instagram, then they all accepted to do the interview. I'm like, we
Right,
had it for a
right.
year. Like it's. But it
So,
was
and sometimes I'll see a little bit of an increase of subs from that, and then sometimes I don't. I used to everywhere I went, I would carry the cards around with me, and if I saw somebody on the toy aisle, oh hey, are you a collector? Well, here you go. Check
yeah.
this out. You might
No, I
like
don't
it.
have. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't have the guts for that. If you're interested, I'll give it to you. But I don't. Just hey, check this out. So when I sell stuff, I'll put in a business card. You know, but yeah, it's just for fun. And now, are you going to TFCon Orlando by any chance?
Pro- Probably not.
Okay.
Like I said, Joe Fest is kind of close by. It's within like 2 hours of where I live, so that's the one I go to. And the last couple of years that I went to, I had a lot of fun doing it, and I've met a lot of cool people and a lot of people that I know um, from YouTube. I've met there.
I've met a lot of at Baltimore. I went and I knew who I was gonna, and that's another thing, about being accepted and me being part of the group. I was, going to meet up with Ultra Megatronus and Ken, NY Hunter, and I like all the people that I stream with. But also, I was gonna go see Patriot Prime and Kato and Deluxe, people I've interacted for the longest time with, and I still had that doubt that I was part of the gang
Right.
because I didn't want to just like meet them and then get a handshake and a goodbye. Well, thanks for watching. It could have happened. Maybe
Yeah,
in my mind, it, we weren't at the same level. But Jason just freaking grabbed me from behind, like, "Hey, man!" And that was it. Spend the whole weekend with them, and we had a blast. We had fun. We live streamed and recorded stuff. So
yeah.
it's
Just I mean, my limited interactions with him, just from online. He's a really nice guy.
He is a really nice guy. So and Deluxe Baldwin, he's doing all these like dick jokes and sex jokes on his video and stuff. Like he's having fun and the giggity, but he's a very shy person. So
And
it took
I
a while for him to kind of wave me over, because I said hi, and then I immediately saw like, all right, he's not too comfortable right now, so I pulled away a little back, and then later he's like came by, and then we chatted, and it was fun, So and then
and
Kato made fun of me the whole time because that's what Kato does. He kept pretending he didn't remember my name, and but we had great conversation. And then when we did my live stream after Baltimore, we did my top 5 that I do every year, and I always do one disappointment, and his whole disappointment was meeting me at the FCon. I'm like, you're such a dick, So, but it was fun, and then Fishy was there too, and we tagged along, and we had good fun. Rico Red Star, or actually now I know him by his real name, but it was just the convention was so. And now I'm going back to Orlando. Well, for the first time going to TFCon Orlando in October. I have my room, I have my plane ticket, my vacation times booked. Like this is gonna be fun. So
see October is it's not a good time for me to plan anything because well, my one kid that's left in high school, he's in marching band, and that's during football season. So
uh,
it's hard to
how old is he?
plan around that. He's 15.
Oh, he can get him a car. He can go himself.
Yeah, I'll just pull one out of my ass.
Yeah. There you go.
Wait, I'll give him this one.
There you go. That's a nice one.
Yeah, this is
just to be
Jada
clear,
toy.
Ionicus, nobody recognized me. Like nobody. It just like there was one person that I met in the elevator, and I recognized him first. Like the door opened, and we both looked at each other. I'm like, extra zero. He's like, Raz. I'm like, yeah. So we started thinking. So
yeah, see,
that was
that's
fun.
when I go to the convention,
Oh,
I wear this. So
this is my
everybody,
TFM Baltimore
hey, what is
t-shirt
that?
that I
Oh,
had.
that's me.
Yeah, I have my channel logo in the back. Like it's just you want to promote yourself a little bit. So, and then I think I'm gonna have another t-shirt made. I probably should take care of that soon. Make another t-shirt for Baltimore, and
I just updated my merchandise on Teespring. So if you guys want something, it's not exactly like this. I had this one made locally.
But
If you
how
want
many
something
sales
similar to
did you
this,
like? Is it like I've never designed my own merch, and because I have exactly
that's how much money I've made on it.
Yeah.
And it's weird because like the Teespring prices are kind of high already. So you have that base price, and then so if you charge more than the base price, that's your profit. But the stuff is it's kind of high as it is. So
Yeah.
I charge, I might make $1 on something. Like I've got a coffee mug with the logo on it, and I'll make a penny. If somebody buys one of those, I'll make a penny off of that.
But
Because
did you
cut the
sell
price down.
anything? Like, is it
No,
worth?
I have nobody. People look, but they never buy off of Teespring. So that's why I just went through and redid everything. I had all like the old logos and stuff like that
Yeah.
on stuff, and I finally just said, people are looking at it. Let me go and update the stuff to make it, what it is now, and then I'll adjust prices and stuff. So yeah,
I
but
probably
no, I
should do
haven't
like a
sold
Canadian
anything.
store or something. So yeah, it just I don't know. I'll but I have to because I do a lot of Canva. I don't know if you've ever used like for thumbnail.
No,
Really
I've
good.
never used. I use Corel Paint Shop Pro for all my stuff. It's I've been using it for probably 20 years.
Yeah.
So
Never got into Paint
I
Shop
stay
Pro.
with that. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a good program. I remember a lot of people using it. But yeah, Photoshop is another one, but I've never used it.
well
My
the
night
thing
shift logo, that behind the desk,
mm,
that's AI. I uploaded a picture of my channel mascot that Input made me like years ago,
yeah.
and then I did I said I want to like a late night type host setting. So it came up with that, and that was like maybe the third try. So I was happy with that. And then this year I wanted to make the channel a little more interesting. So I did the intro. I actually hired Gabe the animator. He lives across the river from me, and gave him my idea what I wanted to do. And I really what I had in mind was when Iron Man de-armors in Avengers, walking, and then so I said I
And
want to
all the yeah.
reverse. I want to get armored. So he did that. So I'm really happy with it. So yeah, fun stuff.
But like all the stuff, that's I make everything. I make logo, and Ed
Yeah.
went he went to college, and he got I don't know if it was a diploma or a certificate in graphic design.
Okay.
And the logo that he's using now,
It's you. He
I
didn't do
did.
it.
Yeah.
You know what? I
And
I went
I
to
was like,
accounting.
here's one you can just use this one temporarily to,
Yeah.
and
He didn't do it. See, it's the same thing. I did my in 2012. I went back to school to do my accounting degree so that I could, find better jobs. And all my friends were like, "Oh, you'll be able to do our taxes now." I'm like, "Fuck that." I don't even do my own. It's my wife's aunt that do it. I hate doing that.
uh,
So, yeah. Anyway. All right. Well, you're the longest show ever.
well, I love to talk, so
Yeah, me too. I could go on probably for
I was I was on the phone. I had a mishap with a figure that I had gotten from Big Bad Toy Store, and it was the Masters of the Universe Despair figure. And the second one I've had, the damn hip joint keeps breaking. It's a quality issue with the plastic, I think, but it's also the mold because the
yeah.
leg on the female mold that they're using now for Masterverse, they all stick the same. So anyway, I called their customer service, and their customer service is fantastic, by the way. Any problem that I have ever had with anything that I bought from them, they take care of. They're like, send me a picture of it, what's wrong with it, and we'll take care of it. And but I was on the phone for probably 3 hours with that guy from customer service,
Really? Just shooting the shit?
just
Wow.
shooting the shit.
Man, I mean, sometimes it happens. You get a that's once in a while you go to like I went to I think not this phone, but the other one I got before. Went to the store and I had such like you have great chemistry with the saleswoman. Like it's just working, the jokes are flowing, where you everywhere, and then you end up buying a new phone. But it was just like so fun, and my wife's there. We're all having fun. It was just great. So, and my wife, even this, I'm supposed to interview you, and my wife said, "You talk a lot when you ask questions to your guests." Like, yeah, I kind of do.
Yeah,
So,
it's okay, man. We're just hanging out.
yeah, and we're
Just
just
hanging out.
the fun thing is like I want to eventually get maybe actors to come on the show and stuff like that, but I have to build the brand. I'm thinking of doing a separate channel where like I can separate like do both on the same. But I mean, it's like managing another channel now, and I'm like, do I really want to do that? So, yeah. But thanks for coming over, man. We'll we have to do it more often. I
Yeah,
mean,
we do, and
yeah,
I've been kind of lazy with the lives. I haven't. I don't even remember the last time that
your
I
your
hosted one.
your 500 upload, I think, or maybe your 1,000
No,
upload.
it was probably my 1000th episode. No, I may have done one since then. I don't remember. That's how long ago it's been.
Yeah, it's now I do it every week, but before that, it was a long time because we do a lot on Ultra Megatronus channel. Like he's taking a break now, but we do. But with them, those are like I told him, like there's too many people sometimes. Like there's 12 people on the screen. You're not gonna get a word in.
That's
So
like sometimes I'll go hang out with Casual Toy Collector over on his. He has those lives on Wednesday and Friday and Saturday, and I'll go hang out there sometimes. But yeah, some nights it gets really crowded in there, and
yeah,
but I was doing a show with M3 and Curtis Schultz and
yeah.
them, where we were we were reviewing we were doing each year of movies of the 80s.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember
And
that.
we're planning to do the 90s. I don't know when we're going to get started on that yet though.
Okay.
But Profit Director said he was going to make some changes to it. The panels would probably be smaller.
Well, that's the thing. You want to have like I like to be like a me and three guests. Well, I can do five guests. Like when we do a top five. Just showing like our figure. That's my yearly thing that I do. So I like doing
Oh,
that.
Sovereign Knight has a good question there. Yes, I have. I have been
Which
on the
one?
SIP,
This?
the sit rep. Have I done anything with Patriot Prime?
Oh,
Uh, I was on the sit rep, but it's been probably in 2021. was the last time that I was on SitRep, which was the first time, and I actually had him
On
on
your
a
show.
live
Yeah.
stream one
Yeah.
time. I think I'm one of the few, if not the only person that I know of that's ever interviewed him. Have
Well,
you interviewed him?
since then he's done a few. Probably at the time you were one of the first, because I know he just did topless reviews or topless streams. There's a new channel like Corrupted Collectibles. It's a guy and his wife, and they're
Yeah.
topless. Like, I mean, behind screens, but
Okay.
and Jason was topless too. Like, he, without a shirt. So I'm like, all right, I guess we're there. But yeah, I have a hard time though with. I mean, these people are fun. They're funny. It's a they like they do shorts and they have a good concept. Um, but it's the collectors that are too pretty. Like there's that girl that reviews her dad's collection, and she
Yeah,
and
it's
she's like,
always my dad's got this Mythic Legions.
yeah, and it's like a super hot, bright eyes, black hair. I'm like, your brand is you. Like if you weren't cute, you wouldn't be doing this. And then there's the other girl where even Ninja Bill's like, oh no, I know her, she's fun. She has her tits on the table doing the review, like, and then she has like little,
I think I know the one you're talking about because
yeah, and I'm like,
she's
how is this
Canadian.
acceptable
Yeah.
for a review? Everybody's like, oh no, like um she's like fearless. I'm like, no, she's showing her tits. Everybody's gonna watch that, and she's not attractive. So
And I that reminds me, I
okay,
had a
like that's
I
the thing. You know her name. Like, I don't get that. Oh no, that's the cute one. Sydney McKenna. That's the yeah,
that's the one that reviews her dad stuff.
her dad stuff. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's not the one with the tits out. So anyway,
Um,
maybe
so
I'll get a pic
that
from them one day
that
because I've been bad mouthing them.
that makes me think of a comment I got a little while back. Somebody was complaining about the look of my hands, and I just kind of laughed it off. And in my reply, I'm like, I'm not a hand model. I'm not reviewing my hands. Maybe you're just looking at the wrong stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's Larkin has a very hairy arm, and he would get ape hands like comments all the time. So
And I know my fingernails. I don't go get manicures or anything. They're clean. I clean out from under them probably before every single
that's
every time I do a shot. In
yeah,
between shots, I'm because I don't want. Oh, you look like you've been picking your nose because you didn't clean your fingernail.
yeah. That's one thing that Jason mentioned early on in his stream, and God, that's his story. But there's a kid who texted him or sent him his video and said, "I'm reviewing. Can you give me feedback?" And Jason
Clean
was
out
like,
from
"Well, clean
Yeah,
your
I know that
fingernails."
story.
Yeah, that's like super. And I've done that. Like, there's things I can't watch. Like, if somebody's like, one time I'm invited, I don't remember who the kid was, and he invites me to his channel, and I'm like, all right, I'll go check. So I check his channel. First thing, he's doing a live stream, and he's talking, and then he fucking takes a bite out of a 12-incher Subway. I'm like, don't eat on screen. Not while you're talking. Like, it's no. So yeah.
Yeah, I used to offer. People on Instagram would ask me, you know, to look at their stuff, or sometimes I would run across new people who were just starting out doing toy reviews, and I would offer to, hey, do you want me to look and see what you got going on? I'll help you out. It don't cost you nothing if
Yeah.
you want it. I'll just give you my honest opinion and tell you what I think you might need to do. And uh, the times that I've done that, it was very well met, and it's not
There's
like I
nice
would tell
way
them,
to
say,
do it.
I'm not picking on you when I say this, but
Yeah, exactly.
you
I
know,
one person, the only person that reached out to me was Captain Kyle from Toy Spotlight. And that was the early days of my channel. And he's like, okay, he said, I think you're doing good stuff, but your thumbnail sucks. And but he was nice about it, and then he explained to me and he gave me some pointer. And then I met him at TFCon Baltimore 2 years later, and we had a great exchange. And then I reached out to him again, like not long ago, and because we, I don't know, on the chat or something, I was complaining about views, and he's like, "You want me to help you out?" Because he started about the same time as Jason, or maybe after, but his growth curve has been really good, and he has two channel. He has like the toy and the movie or something. Anyway, and so and he has programs to analyze the stats and everything. Um, so it's kind of cool to like I spent maybe 2 hours with him and we reviewed a couple things. That's when he told me like shrink out your intro and sound more enthusiastic and stuff like that. So
Yeah, I
it was good advice.
like if you go back and you watch my very first video, and I want to say it was the top Transformers of 2020 because I
Okay.
started in 21. That's when I started. I think you and I both kind of missed the boat
Yeah.
on big growth there
Yeah.
because we didn't start
Pre-COVID was the
during,
big growth.
yeah. So but if you go back and watch that video, I can't even go back and watch anymore. I was like, everybody does these videos where they're like, ooh, and they're really excited about stuff. I said, I'm gonna do it the complete opposite. I'm gonna do it monotone.
Quiet.
a-
Yeah. So, but you did it too much, maybe. Yeah.
it was just too bad. And after about 2 episodes of doing that, or maybe 3 episodes, I was like, no, this ain't working.
Yeah.
I
No,
said,
no.
I don't
You
even
have
like
to
that.
see. I didn't do review until a year in. I used to do just the voice actor spotlight
Yeah.
stuff. So, and the thing is that I really like doing them. It just I don't have the time and motivation to do it anymore. That's why I started the live stuff.
Well, I will tell you, I just had to switch up video editors. For some reason, the one that I was using just it quit working. I had
Oh,
to
okay.
I had to get a new computer because my old one, like, it just crapped out. So I had to get a new computer. So I got, video card and RAM, and I made sure it had plenty of stuff because it was just taking forever to
Yeah.
render video. And so that program, it crapped out, it quit working. I was like, God damn it. So I tried DaVinci Resolve, which you can download a free version of that. There's some stuff that's locked
Yeah.
still behind the paywall, but you don't have to pay like the a monthly fee like you do with what is it, the Photoshop people. You can't even
Adobe.
buy their
Yeah.
program anymore. You have to rent it.
Yeah.
And so I did that, and it took me about 4 weeks to figure out how to just simply edit a video. The learning curve on it is very difficult. And thank goodness I had like 8 weeks of videos like in the pipe ready to go
Okay. Yeah.
before that. And
Yeah.
but
Sometimes
it
that's the
it really
thing.
is a better program, but the learn is just so friggin' hard.
Well, that's the thing. I'm using VideoPad for the past 5 years now, and the learning curve was like super super fast. Like it's not a problem, but there's limitation. Like sometimes, like if I want to move an image around, it's like super complicated, and uh, I have so probably eventually I'll want to switch program, but we'll see. But now mostly I'm doing live stream. Like I don't even have a tour review this week. I did the well, no, that's not true. I did Thundercracker and Windcharger and the New Age Dick, like Legend
Yeah, what
Scale
what do,
Sideswipe.
what do you
I
think
love
about
it.
that?
I just did the toy hacks on him. Like I released a short. He's right there, and it's Ultra Megatronus says that the transformation is too quick. Like it's like, oh shit, I'm already done. So he doesn't have like the time
No,
to
I like
enjoy the
that.
transformation. He is very quick, but I think the feet are a little like hard to balance properly. They're a little big, but man, I completed my season 1 mini bots. I'm really happy about
Yeah,
that.
and I'm waiting on Outback and
Yeah,
Power
Outback,
Glide and
Ride.
Swerve, and they
Yeah.
still got to do. They got this one now, so there's no excuse in not getting Tailgate
But I think Tailgates was
soon.
leaked by JT Prime 17, who's I've
But
never met
you
him,
know,
but he's rarely wrong about leaks.
I mean the alt mode is okay. The robot mode is better. It feels like the wheels are too big
Actually,
on
that's
this one.
cartoon accurate.
He sits
I
up too
actually
high.
went and found that like his animation model. It depends. Like in the
Mhm.
show, sometimes he has smaller wheels, but the yeah, I had this one
I
too.
see, like this one, this is the power to primes.
Yeah, I gave it to
And
my kid.
I think the alt mode, the silhouette is much better. It just I don't know. This one looks
Yeah,
like
it's
he's
a little better,
taking a
and
sports car off-roading or something.
yeah,
But
it's
I'm glad I have it because, that's one of the few holes. I'm just at this point with Transformers, I'm just trying to plug the holes.
yeah. I have 20. I took my poster and looked at it and counted how many figures I'm missing, and it's 20. I'm missing 20 figures to complete this. And out of those 20, I have how many on pre-orders? Hold on. Oh no, that's no. Okay, I have the pre-orders and then I'm missing another 20. So, I think that's it. So I'm pretty much it's, getting done. So, happy about that.
Yes, I'm happy that the mini bots are soon to be completed.
Yeah, exactly. We're just missing tailgate. I even have the bumper from that 4-pack. It's right
I
there.
started to pick that one up and I was just like, there's only 2 figures in there that I give a crap
Yeah, I
about.
sold I sold Nemesis and Horrible. I sold them to Norbs and Diecast
See,
Norbs.
horrible would have been, that one and Bumper, that would have been the 2 I wanted.
Oh, I wanted
But,
the Ultra Magnus. Well, I hate saying that. It's not Ultra Magnus. That's my joke or it's if it's a white prime, people
it's
call it
Ultra
Ultra
Magnus.
Magnus, but I'm like, no. It's season 3, part 2 of the Return of Optimus Prime when he's specially coated with that special alloy. That's what this is. That guy
But
right there. That's what this is. But people are like, no, he has blue windows, so it's not that. I'm like, no, it's that. Shut up. That's what it is. So, anyway.
uh,
All right.
but
Well,
yeah,
let's wrap this up. It's been
all
really
right,
fun
man.
to talk to you again, man.
Yeah, you too.
So, yeah, just tell the
So,
people where they can find you.
you can find me at youtube.com/ at Digital Caveman with 2 N's, just like
Yeah,
it
the
shows
two
here,
ends.
or on the
Yeah,
screen, it shows it there too.
on the blue
Um,
thing right
so
there.
yeah, don't put just 1 in because you'll end up getting some crap you don't want to see. So 2 N's and same handle on
And
Instagram, which I'm on there a pretty good bit. I don't post as much on there as I used to, but if for whatever reason you want to get a hold of me about something, it just go on
Instagram.
Instagram,
Yeah,
message me. It's all good.
there
Um,
you go. All right.
and remember to like, share, and subscribe. And if you haven't liked this video yet, click it. Come on.
There you go. So thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you did, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, share. Also, leave a comment. I love reading those. Keep coming back. We have more on the way. And remember that nothing in life gives a right to be an asshole. Take care.